Good day. So today I want to talk about these elves on a shelf. So I'm pretty sure you may have heard this, but if you have not heard about it, it seems to be very, very popular. But what you probably don't know is that it's super demonic, and that's my specialty, reporting things that are demonic so that you can stay away from them. So let's talk about it. All right, so what are elves? All right, so Santa elves, anyway. These are just basically supposed to be creatures that help Santa, help make toys, that sort of thing. Now, what most people don't even know, even before I jump into the elves, even when we're talking about Christmas, Christmas is not what you think. Christmas is a pagan holiday. It is called Saturnalia. That's what it's called. They merged the pagan religion and the Christianity religion together. All right, so they still kept this Saturnalia, so still the same celebration, just changed the name to Christmas. So that's how everybody's getting tricked up with this. So you are celebrating a demonic holiday when you celebrate Christmas. Let's just talk about Santa for a minute here. So take some time and write down Santa, then right beside it Satan. It's the same exact words. Have you ever seen the movie Krampus? So Krampus is Santa. All right. So we have this character, Krampus, which is a demon, and we have Santa, we have Satan. It's all the same. So Santa, Krampus, Satan, it's all the same. So when you're sitting your kids on Santa laps and you see that they are crying, some people say, oh, they're just scared because of the beard. No, a lot of these younger kids know and they can feel that this is demonic. So stop sitting your kids on Santa's lap because this is representing Satan. All right. You can get more information on that. Go to Amazon. You can check out my book, The Woke Prophet. It's time to wake up. I cover good stuff like this to help you to be in the know. Anyway, let's jump back to the elves on the shelf. So, what exactly is this elf on the shelf? So, this is a doll. So, this doll is supposed to be a magical doll, and again, you set it on the shelf, and it comes alive, and it comes alive, and it watches the children, and it watches their behaviors, and it takes this report back to Santa. So let me tell you exactly what that is. That is what we call a monitoring spirit. That's what monitoring spirits do. They come in the home, they sit back, and they watch everything. They go report back to Satan. The reason why they do this, because this is a way for them to construct a plan against you. So they sit and they listen to everything. They may listen to all your fears, or if you have something that's coming up that they want to stop, they listen to this, and this is how they put a plan together to cause destruction in your life. So all of this elf on the shelf, that's all it is. It is a monitoring spirit. It's very, very demonic. And it's even said like if the kids touch this thing, it loses power. It appears in different places in the house or whatever. Definitely demonic. Stay away from it. Let's talk about different reports. So people have been reporting different things about this elf in the shelf. So one particular case, a family, their home, it burnt down. So the home somehow caught on fire, it burnt down after everything was over, and they walked into what was left of the home. They see this elf on the shelf that's sitting on the ground, had not been touched by fire at all. Perfect condition. And it's just sitting like in the middle of the home. So they definitely felt like it was tied to this elf in the shelf. Other reports, kids are waking up. They're waking up with scratches all over their bodies. They're waking up and they're seeing the doll. Let's just say they have the doll, and this doll may be in one part of the house, and then they wake up and this doll is on their beds, and they have all of these scratches. Also, it is reports of kids waking up and then having nightmares as well. And it's the same thing. They'll have this elf in the shelf that'll be sitting in one area in the room. And once they wake up, they notice that it has somehow moved to a different area of the room. A lot of these kids are saying that the eyes are moving. They can see the eyes changing colors as well. We also have different reports of people saying that this elf in the shelf is growling. That's right, it is growling. It is making noises. One couple said that they threw this thing away. They threw it away in the trash. They got it out of the house, only for them to come back the next day, and they saw that this elf on the shelf was sitting right in the kitchen. Now, another story that a family reported, which was kind of funny to me, but they had a lot of activity that was happening inside of their home, so they decided to take this elf on the shelf, and they put this elf in the shelf. They put it in the garage. So they said, hey, when we get out of the house, we'll just put it in the garage for now. So they put this elf in the shelf in the garage. They said around 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, they started hearing the horn, like someone was blowing the horn. Like, so they're trying to figure out, where is this coming from? So they're looking outside. They don't see any cars outside. So they still hear the horn. So they go in the garage, and it was coming from the garage. So the horn was being blown in the garage. So the alarm wasn't going off or anything. So the father turns on the light. He goes in the garage, and he looks and he sees the elf in the shelf sitting in the driver's seat. So this elf on the shelf is sitting in the driver's seat. So somehow they were saying somehow this thing was making the horn blow. So of course they got creeped out by this. So they took this thing out of the house, put it in the trash bag, and like took it far away and placed it in a dumpster. Now, they also had another family that reported the kid was asleep and started doing all this crying and screaming. So the parents, they run in the room, because they also had an elf in the shelf that was in the home. They run in the room, and the kid is just pointing at this one corner. So they look, and it's this tall, black, hooded figure. And guess what it's holding in his hand? The elf in the shelf. So it's holding this elf in the shelf in his hand, and it's a tall, black figure. They said it didn't even have a face. It was just straight darkness, just blackness, craziness, mad crazy. So people are saying that, of course, that they are placing this elf in the shelf in one area. They're waking up, and it is somewhere else. They don't even know how it's moving. They're saying that the kids are saying that this thing is talking. One little girl that they had this recorded, she came out of her room screaming and crying because this elf in the shelf started talking to her, started whispering to her. So she got scared, and she came out and she ran. So my advice would be to get this thing out of your house. It is demonic. It is a monitoring spirit. All this stuff that is connected to Christmas. And like I said, I could get in more about this, but I'm just trying to make this about the elf on the shelf today. You can get more information again. Check out the book. It's right behind me, The Woke Prophet. It's time to wake up, and this will give you more about Christmas and these other pagan holidays that you are celebrating. But it is definitely something that's happening, something that's going on with this elf in the shelf. So get this thing out of your home, because it is a monitoring spirit. And this thing it sits there and it listens to everything, and it can go back and it reports to Satan. And this is how they put a plan together. This is how they cause roadblocks, different things that you're trying to plan in the future. This is how they can cause these attacks. So I know it's funny and it doesn't seem like it's real, but it's very, very real. So if you have this, get it out of your home.